All right, welcome back. This is Mamurjan Rahimov. We're talking about Lecture 15, Retailing, Wholesaling, and Direct Marketing. And we will take from here specialty retailers, off-price retailers. They buy manufacturers' seconds, overruns, returns, and off-season merchandise from other retailers for resale to consumers at deep discount. One of such stores that very popular worldwide. I found these stores in the United States, and then I learned that they have stores in many other developed countries as well as TJ Maxx. So they carry products, from other stores at deep discount, and they're branded high quality products that you can never ever find in Target or Walmart or Kmart or other discounts you know superstores. So I strongly advise you, if you travel outside of Uzbekistan, especially to developed countries, try to find TJ Maxx. So in my recent visit, it's already a couple of years ago actually, to Berlin, I found that there was a Berlin TJ Maxx in Alexanderplatz. It's like downtown Berlin, and I had a really great time shopping. Just the interior is really nice. The assortment is very wide, and the prices, they will just surprise you. So, strategic issues and retailing. Consumers shop for various reasons: to search for specific items, escape boredom, or learn about something new, right? Uh, and especially escape boredom, I think is one of the main reasons why many people shop in developed countries. So retailers must make desired products available, create stimulating shopping environments, and develop marketing strategies that increase patronage. So, uh, have more repeat customers, more loyal customers. So retailers strategically use store location, retail positioning of their brand, store image, and category management. And one of the most strategic issues of retailing is location. Actually, three most important things in strategic issues. In top three are location, location, location. So it's a very common saying, because uh, location is critically important, and retailers consider various factors when evaluating potential locations, including location of the firm's target market, and then kinds of products being sold, availability of public transportation, customer characteristics, and competitors' locations. Sometimes, again, stores prefer to stay away from competitors, but there are also cases where competitors are specifically located next to each other so that to lure each other's customers. One phenomenon in retailing which is spreading to Uzbekistan, but somewhat incorrectly, is retail outlets. Uh, you know, Retail outlet, usually called factory outlet, these are stores owned by manufacturers themselves, and they sell some uh, off-season or discontinued items. Sometimes just they test market new products in these outlet stores, and because there are no intermediaries involved, there are no wholesalers or retailers which are taking margin. These outlet centers, they offer uh, really great value, at affordable prices. So I have been to many outlet centers in the U.S., but now we have outlet centers in Tashkent. Actually, the first one is not far from where I live, but the concept is wrong. So they just made a strip mall and named it outlet center, because outlet center, all these stores have to be factory outlets. They have to be brand outlets. Not anyone who pays rent should be allowed to sell goods there. But our outlet center has maybe couple true factory outlets, but the rest are filled by retailers who have stores in Urigzor and Abu Sahi markets. But because Urigzor and Abu Sahi markets, they're the customers do not go there in the afternoon after 3 or 4 p.m. There are almost no customers, but the one retail outlet store near my house stays open till 11. So that's why many of these retailers decided to open rent space there and have a branch there as well. So the great idea, but the implementation wise, I think or they should rename it the place. It's not an outlet center. Why is location so important? Because it is the least flexible of the strategic issues. But important because it dictates where the store will draw its customers. Uh, Many of the retail outlets, because they want to compete on price and they want to attract more consumers. They're located in the outskirts of the cities and suburbs, so they wouldn't open it in downtown or close to downtown. So stores like Toys R Us, Walmart, Home Depot, they do not open their stores in the central locations. They prefer the outskirts of the cities with more space for parking and cheaper uh, price for land and rent. Neighborhood shopping centers. I think the one outlet center near my house should be renamed to neighborhood shopping center, consisting of several small convenience and specialty stores. The target market is close by. Product mixes consist of essential products, and depth of lines is limited. But some people call them like these neighborhood shopping centers. They call strip malls, right? Like a small strip of land, and there are 5 or 6 shops. This is also called neighborhood shopping centers with dry cleaners and drug stores, usually a cafe and a convenience store there, and some other types of retailers could be also located in next to each other, such as Dunkin' Donuts, a coffee place, uh, fast food. So community shopping centers usually have 1 or 2 department stores, some specialty stores, and convenience stores. That's another format. And then there are huge regional centers, shopping centers with largest department stores, widest product mixes, deepest product lines of all shopping centers. So I saw that that's very popular format in South Korea, as well as in Japan. There are some regional shopping centers which have been around for generations. Now, super regional shopping centers have the widest and deepest product mixes that attract customers from many miles away. I have never been to the Mall of America, but they say it is so huge with skating rink, amusement center, and upscale restaurants. A small version of that we have also not far from where I live in Tashkent. We have Next shopping center, so it's called Next. So it attracts a lot of people from far away, but still compared to American counterparts, they're quite small. And there are also lifestyle shopping centers, typically open air. They feature upscale specialty dining and entertainment stores. So there are some retail formats like that in Tashkent as well. But the problem is if the weather is bad, the shopping number of shoppers drops dramatically. A power shopping center combines off-price stores with category killers like Home Depot and others. One thing which is happening nowadays in United States, in particular, a lot of the malls built in 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s are shopping in large numbers. I'm talking about hundreds of malls, being vacant, being, um, left in ruins like this mall in the United States. And if you go to YouTube and type in Dan Bell uh, Dead Mall series, there's at least one blogger, and he has a lot of helpers as well from around the United States. They just go around, visit this kind of uh, old dead malls and take videos inside and outside and tell the story how this mall shut down. So while in Uzbekistan we are seeing the rise in the number of malls in Tashkent, the capital of Uzbekistan, and regional centers in the United States, the opposite is happening, and primarily because of the economic crisis, yeah, and rise of online shopping. But online shopping by itself cannot be the main reason because you know you still want to go out with family and kids and friends and hang out somewhere. And the malls were they presented a great environment, air conditioned, clean, and with nice ambience. But this is now going away for millions of Americans. So a lot of them haven't been to malls in years. So what is retail positioning? It is identifying an unserved or underserved market segment and serving it through a strategy that distinguishes the retailer from others in the minds of consumers in that segment. So this is positioning applied to retailing. So for example, I talked about TJ Maxx before. So I know that if I go to TJ Maxx, I will discover uh, great items. They always surprise me with the assortment and the prices they have. So in my mind, when I go to TJ Maxx, it's an adventure. So many people whom I recommended TJ Maxx, they thanked me later because they stopped shopping at other places for most items. So store image is needed to attract customers. A retail store must project an image that appeals to its target market. Well, Havas is doing great in that. I told you earlier about local Uzbek chain of convenience stores. I think more than 80% of my grocery shopping went from Korzinka and Makro to Havas stores. Not just because they're so conveniently located near my house, but also, they carry narrow but good quality assortment that families need, regularly. They buy regularly. Atmospherics are physical elements in a store's design that appeal to consumers' emotions and encourage buying. So there must be a lot of light, a lot of air, and a lot of space. So people do not have this butt brush effect, meaning that touching others while trying to pass narrow places in the store. So they shouldn't be narrow, too narrow. The aisles shouldn't be too narrow. The ventilation must be good, and there must be enough lighting, and of course some music in the background. Especially the studies have found that slow music makes people walk slowly, and they're more likely to buy um, more items because they spend more time viewing the items. So atmospherics, as we restaurants are also retailers, so it also applies for restaurants. So music, color, complexity of layout, and merchandise presentation. They affect the motivation of shoppers. So exterior atmospheric elements include appearance of the storefront, display windows, entrances, and degree of traffic congestion, especially parking lot. Particularly important to new customers. Interior atmospheric elements include lighting, wall and floor coverings, dressing facilities, and store fixtures. Sound is another important element and may range from silence to subdued background music. So another strategic issue is category management. The best retailers, they do a great job in category management. It's a retail strategy of managing group of similar, often substitutable products produced by different manufacturers. So, for example, supermarkets use category management to determine space for different products. Uh, let's pause it here. When we come back, we'll talk about direct marketing.